you understand or not understand, it's okay. It's not related, even to the non-relating itself. So to understand it is not necessary. If you use understanding in dealing with it, it means that you're using the idea. And it won't stop only just one idea. It keep building on just one idea that lead to another. So you cannot use wisdom here. You have to hear, to listen to the essence that conclude, to the essence of conclusion that help you to come to an ending. It isn't about searching or practice or contemplate anything. You have to listen to something that ends, to end and help the samsara to end. It isn't much. Something that isn't about attached or not attached. This will end on your effort. Any delusion in having an effort in practicing the body and mind. Because of that effort, it becomes sects, traditions, and divisions in religions. Even the religion itself is still a samsara. You have to listen to something that ends. The ending itself, the sentence that help one another to end. It isn't about attached or not attached. It isn't about either to attach or to not attach. That is how it ends. But if you have an idea of attached or not attached, it will keep on going on and on. It will not end. All this isn't about ideas. Ideas are samsara. The practice is samsara. To contemplate is also a samsara. Because everything is made up, created up. You fabricate it from your mind. If we want to bless sentient beings, do we need to understand how they live? You don't need to understand anything about how sentient beings live. You just use all these essence, these sentences to help cleanse the samsara. If you want to master the art of blessing, is mean that you have to go through a lot of birth and death. Don't deny the sentient beings and samsara, and don't deny any suffering, good or bad, happiness or unhappiness of sentient beings and samsara. You have to be in and out with sentient beings and samsara. That is how you master. If you committed yourself to blessing, you will master it automatically. But we have to use something that isn't samsara. We have to use conclusion to help cleanse the samsara. What I have given you these days are the assume up that dissolve the assume up. So they are the assume up that you can use to help cleanse the samsara, because they are not samsara. It's not the same as you use the wisdom. The wisdom will create samsara because the wisdom doesn't end. The wisdom will help the samsara to create more idea and build on more idea that is not ending. But what I have given you, it keeps ending. It isn't samsara because it ends in itself. One sentence ends in one sentence. We use this to help cleanse the samsara on, and you will become more experienced and become master in blessing. So there is no more burden. It isn't about attach or not attach. It will help you end any burden in trying to attach or not attach anything. Think of this. It isn't about mine or not mine. Think it in your mind. recall it. It will help end for one another. This is a thought that ends in itself, so it has an effect to end for the samsara. We have to keep on recalling the sentence to help cleanse the samsara, be in the middle of the samsara limitlessly, without identifying with anything. To be in the middle of the samsara without identifying, you have to use the reminder that clears themselves. It will help dissolve any fixation or attachment you have with yourself or with any condition of your mind or your body. It isn't about grasping or not grasping. It isn't about mind or not mind. It will help dissolve any fixation you have with yourself or with any state of your body, your mind. So you can be in the middle of the samsara without identifying. Use the essence directly. You need to use these reminders that clear the reminder themselves, because you have a lot of habit. Everyone has habit of fixating with yourself, with the mind. Every realm of existence, every being has this habit. So we have to keep using the reminder to help dissolve us from such attachment, to unlock us so that we can bless the samsara and bless one another. We cannot use wisdom because wisdom is still a fabrication of the mind. We have to use the reminders that dissolve the reminders that I have thought out deliberately for you already. The wisdom that dissolves the wisdom, ideas that dissolves ideas. So these reminders that you recalled, every sentence, you might call it an idea as well, but it is an idea that dissolves itself. It wouldn't be a samsara, so recall such sentence constantly together with everything, and it will help liberate and release, unwind everything. You keep recalling, use it, and it will have an effect to the samsara automatically. If you don't use it, you will fall into the old habit of trying to fix it or holding with any condition or any state of your body, your mind that you used to, lightness or indifference, whatever state that you used to, you will always go back and hold on to it if you don't use the reminder. Even to hold on or fixate on letting go, still not it. You still fixate. You have to use the reminder. It isn't about let go or not letting go. No matter if you try to understand things in the samsara before you let go, it's still not it. It's still a long way around. You still assume up, you still fabricate something up and try to understand it before you let go. That is a long way. You still create things up to understand it before you let go. It's all a fabrication of idea. It is deceiving and misleading. It isn't about you creating something up so that you can let go. It isn't about that. It isn't something that you made up before you become liberated from it. It isn't about that. It isn't about liberated or not liberated. That is a true liberation. So all sects, traditions and schools, no matter what religion, including Buddhism, all practice and contemplation are all fabrication, assume up that people create. All meditation, mindfulness, perseverance, my power, insight, wisdom is all made up and fabrication. Original truth has nothing to do with anything. It isn't anything. It isn't about mindfulness, meditation, perseverance, insight, wisdom. Original truth has no meaning, even liberation. So the liberation that people made up, Nibbana that people made up later on, is all fake and deceiving. It is delusional. Original truth had nothing to do with anything. Nibbana has no meaning. You have to listen up again. Listen to something that dissolves the listening itself. Something that doesn't hold on to the listening. If you use wisdom or understanding, it becomes ideas. If you use knowing, it becomes ideas, pride, and insight. Nibbana isn't insight. Emptiness isn't wisdom. Emptiness isn't wisdom. Emptiness doesn't mean anything. Emptiness isn't even emptiness. So we have to use a new language, a new kind of language. The language that dissolves itself. The language that doesn't hold on to the language, so that it won't become a samsara of ideas. So what ends for you in every Buddha's time isn't any path to enlightenment, because it ends for you. That's why it isn't a path to practice. It isn't a path to take on to attain anything. It is the ending already. But if you have to take on a path or have to practice for anything, try to attain something, it isn't ending. You have to listen to something that ends. Once you take on any path that is desire of someone who is take on the path to practice to attain something, you are deceived, you are deluded. That is the idea created up so that the desire can carry out a path, deceiving you, deluding you to take on the path to attain something. And it becomes religion. Any religion is a group, a collective delusive attachment. Nibbana or non-attachment cannot be a religion. It isn't about any religion. A religion only a group, delusive attachment. What I give you, a conclusion, an ending, isn't a religion. It isn't a sect, a tradition, or a school of any religion. So in every mountain, use the reminders to release yourself and the samsara, so that the whole samsara can be released and liberated all at once together. It isn't about contemplating on something and let go of it. That is delusional. You have to listen again. It isn't about let go or not letting go. And you won't have any burden in contemplating anything. It isn't about let go or not letting go. And you will have no burden in wisdom or insight. And we all will help one another in cleansing the samsara. Use the reminders, all that we have created up to become sects, schools, traditions in religions, including Buddhism, is all collective, delusive attachment. That is all a mind fabrication idea. It's like we all create something to attach to. We create our own attachment.
หมด
is all void, is useless
ยึดอะไรมันทุกข์หมด
in
ยึด
all
มันก็ทุกข์ในตัว
all realms of being, in any group of people. Whatever you attach to, it is suffering.
สิ่งที่ไม่เกี่ยวไม่กระทั่งตัวไม่เกี่ยวเอง
Something that isn't related,
มันจะได้หมด
even
ภาระใน
to the non-relating
ในนิพ
itself,
พานหมดภาระในตัวปัญญา
and
หมดภาระในตัวปฏิบัติ
you will be
บางทีสิ่งที่จบนั่นนี่จบ
free from having burden in Nibbana or not Nibbana. This is a reminder that helps you to come to an end.
ดังนั้นตอนนี้ไม่ต้องมุ่งชำระตนเองแล้ว
So now you don't need to fixate or obsess
ติแต่ละครั้งก็ล้างให้ทุกครั้ง
trying to purify yourself. Use the reminder. Every time you recall one of the sentence, it helps release and
ช่วย
liberate
ทุกครั้ง
yourself
คลายช่วยทุกครั้ง
and the samsara.